Billy Medlock here, Bluegrass International Trucks, London, Kentucky. Got another little truck tip. Seems very simple and very minor, but it's extremely important. Just kind of want to go over with you guys. A lot of people will come in or call me or service or parts and ask what their ride height is. And that's pretty easy to come up with. If it's an international, we pull it up by VIN. But then their next question is, how do you set it? How do you set the ride height properly? So we're using this 2019 LT Series International. And most internationals are going to set all the same from at least 2007 and up. But it's very important, as we talk about with everything else, give us a VIN number and we can pull up the procedures and the ride height with that. But so we're just going to do this one simple. But a lot of people, they'll get told you measure it from the center axle up to the bottom of the frame. So first thing they do is start right here. That's very incorrect. That's not what they're talking about when they're talking about the center of the axle. So if you look down here, you'll see a weld. 95% of your axles nowadays, or I'll say more percentage than that, has a weld in the center of the axle housing, and that's where they're telling you to measure it at. So you'd measure pretty close from the center of your weld to the bottom of the frame rail. And internationals, for years, most all internationals is 9 1/4 to 9 1/2. A 1/4 inch ain't gonna make too much of a difference. But so this one's set, as you can see, pretty much right on 9 1/4, and we just aired these up. One thing that you want to do is make sure, one of the best ways to do it, if start to finish, is let all the air out of your bags and air them back up. Make sure they're fully aired up. So assuming that is not 9 1/2, 9 1/4 from the center of the weld up to the bottom of the frame rail, this particular truck, and most of them, is on the left front.
When you're measuring ride height, is it to, I guess it doesn't matter a ton, but like from the center of the axle to like the bottom edge of the rail?
Yes, from the bottom of the frame rail. From the center of the axle to the bottom edge of the frame. Not the top, but the bottom. And that measurement is pretty much on every truck nowadays, but again, it's very important to check by VIN number just to make sure. A lot of people will call and they'll say, we've got a vibration, truck's riding like a wagon, hearing a growling transmission, something of that nature. A lot of times it's nothing no more than an airbag, either set too high or too low, and that is extremely hard on your sorry about that. That is extremely hard on your driveline and anything in the driveline, transmission, differentials. Your power divider first takes the heat, and then it'll go right on up the drive shaft. And I've seen them be out so bad. Many years ago, they bust the transmission bell housing. They would beat your output shaft bearings out. But anyway, pretty important. Ride height is pretty important to set it right. There's a lot of different stories out there how to do it. So this particular one, and most of them, is on the left front tandem. So right in here, you got different types of leveling valves, or air control valves, or height control valves. So this is where you would set it. You can adjust this rod. Some of them requires you to cut this rod off. So, but you can check it there. You can push down on this rod, dump all your air out if you want to, and then pull back up on it, or start the truck up, let it build up 120 pound of pressure, and they'll set where they should be. But that's the proper way on this particular truck. And like I said, if you have a truck that you got a question on, just give us a call by VIN number. If it's an international, we'll get you the correct information, or come in and see the service department. They'll check it out for you and get you all up and running the correct way. So that's just a little bit of a, like I said, a simple but very important step to follow. And if you guys need anything, just give us a holler here. Like I said, we got James in the service department, a couple of parts guys help you out, and me, Billy Medlock. So, but I appreciate you watching, and until next time, have a great day.